Alright guys, how's everyone doing? Kalzain back with another video. And this is going to be part of a weekend-long series leading up to Destiny 2 beta. Now, I've kept some of my comments pretty reserved on some stuff because I was trying not to start arguments in the comment section, too heavy speculation on certain things, but there's certain things I want to discuss this week, or this weekend going into Destiny 2, and I'm going to get a little bit critical on some of the stuff I've seen in terms of subclasses, abilities, guns, certain things like that. As well, there's a lot of praise that should go to Bungie because they've really done a good job really changing the dynamic for Destiny 2, making it a lot different and unique from Destiny 1, but at the same time, there are certain things that are good, certain things that are bad. Like, probably the best thing I've seen so far in all the gameplay is the shoulder charge no longer one-hitting people, which all you Titan fanboys out there that I know love running around shoulder bashing people and ruining everyone's day in the Crucible, you're going to miss it. Oh well. You know, in my opinion, it's great for balance that they're nerfing that, and I know there's a lot of people who really are discouraged by that, but it's something that needed to happen, and hopefully they keep it that way. But this first video, I'm really going to go into my opinion of the new subclasses. Now, this is just more of a speculation and my first impressions of them since they've been showcased. And I will do a revised or, more up-to-date version of this after the beta. And we all get our hands on them and get some time with them. So you get the Dawnblade, which I'm going to say for all intents and purposes needs a buff. And I know a lot of people are like, but it already one-hits people when you hit them with the flames. Yes, I'm not talking about damage buff. The damage is fine, as long as it one-hits people. The buff it needs is a movement speed on the projectiles. They're too slow, people dodge them too easy, and when you compare it to the Arc Strider and the Sentinel subclasses, I think it feels really underwhelming. Like, aesthetically, it's awesome. I mean, you basically get to be an Archangel and rain holy wrath down upon people. It's pretty fucking cool. But in terms of usability and utility compared to the other two, it is very, very lackluster. With the Arc Strider, you get quick movements, you get snappy movements, you get that really quick attack, very fluid, you can cut through enemies like it's nothing. That is awesome. That is definitely a major step up from the Blade Dancer, and I was really impressed to see the Arc Strider. I was really underwhelmed when I heard about the perk tree on it, and a little bit bummed. But then after seeing it in action, it looks phenomenal, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Now, the Sentinel subclass is a whole different beast of its own. I think that, for starters, it's got way too much going on. And I think that in terms of new subclasses, it's an easy win to say that the Sentinel is by far the most aesthetically pleasing of the three, as well as the most well-rounded and most usable. You get the shield bash, you can charge people, you can throw the shield, you can defend with the shield, and you can pop a fucking Ward of Dawn. Now, that's 5 utility aspects that you can get out of one super that is way, way, way more usable in every single sense than any of the other subclasses, period. It's to a point to where it really makes me wonder what would even be the point of playing any of the other subclasses. And sorry guys, I do not like Titan. Titan is the character I have played the absolute least. I never liked the movement feel of it. I never liked really anything about it other than the armor style. It looked really neat. But I never really spent a whole lot of time on my Titan. But to be honest, this is the only subclass that makes actual sense in terms of being usable in the raid, PvP, PvE, and any other kind of activity in the game is the Sentinel subclass, because it is so usable for every kind of situation you can encounter. The Dawnblade is a straight attacking class, and it's a very slow attacking class, which is really offset by the fact that they really slowed down the movement of the Nova Bomb on the Voidwalker, as well as you have the Hunter, which really has they really have the attacking part down with the with the Arc Strider. But from a defense standpoint, it really has no usability in the raid or in PvE activities. It really looks like it's very much geared toward a PvP experience. And the Gunslinger is a Gunslinger. I mean, it's really not bad in PvE or PvP, but it's also not the best option. It really doesn't bring a massive amount of damage output, and it really doesn't really do anything for me in terms of my excitement level for it. And the Striker Titan, I mean, while it looks cool, they really got, I think they get a good balance of, like, and this is the thing, I've heard people complaining about the shoulder charge being nerfed, but you've got a roaming super now. You move around. It's not just one Fist of Havoc and you're done. You can have multiple, you can run, you can shoulder charge within your super. So the shoulder charge being a one-hit kill is just, it's should not be one. It's done. Those days are done. As soon as Destiny 1's done, those days should be done. Bungie, leave it like that. Do not buff it. It's fine at half damage. I think it's right where it needs to be. But the super is so much more balanced now than it was before. But at the same time, it is a very fast-moving, very hard-hitting subclass. Doesn't really offer a whole lot of defense, and besides use for ad clearing, just like the Arc Strider, you know, the Dawnblade, the Gunslinger, you know, all those, they're all ad clearing supers, so it really isn't a hard, you know, boss damage DPS class. So really, when you look at wanting a well-rounded character ready for all situations and actually being usable in a raid team, you really have to go with one of two options. You have the Sentinel on the Titan, or you have either of the two Warlock subclasses, even though they're not the best for damage output, or even really, I mean, like the Dawnblade is for ad clearing. I've yet to see what the Voidwalker perk tree is, so I'm kind of reserved my judgment on that. I still use Voidwalker. That's actually my most used subclass on Destiny 1. But those are really only your two options. I mean, Hunter really doesn't seem to have any raid usability, and that's sad to say because I like Hunter so much. But you're really left with either Warlock or Titan, and if you're playing Titan, then the clear win is a Sentinel Titan. There's really no point in even playing a Striker Titan anymore, you know, with how the Sentinel subclass is set up. So I'm not saying that Sentinel needs nerfed, per se, but I'm saying that the other classes really need a usable buff. So I'm thinking that, you know, because everyone's wanting the Taken King subclasses to come back. And me personally, I don't want to see any of those subclasses come back, any of the Taken King ones. I want to see a brand new Void subclass for Hunter, a brand new Arc one for Warlock, and a brand new Solar one for Titan. And I want to see the Titan one be either very 100% support or 100% offense to kind of counterbalance the Sentinel. I want the one for the Warlock and the Hunter to both have a more balanced approach like what they went with the Sentinel, and have a more attack and defend option to it, so it's more well-rounded and usable for raid purposes. So that's going to be my little rant, I guess, about the subclasses and the way I feel that they're being balanced. Destiny 2 has been a game where they've been talking about their main focus that they've been drilling into it is balance, and while I say some of the aspects are changing for PvP, really actually just shortchange and screw the PvE experience on some stuff. I do tend to gravitate towards PvP regularly. I go back to it every day because I just enjoy PvP now where I never used to. So those things are they're alright for me. I'm not as PvE oriented as I used to be. So I'm kind of mixed. It depends on what they have to offer in the PvE, how expansive and big this world really is. But I think that if in a game where they're wanting to justify balance, and they're justifying balance at the cost of certain things in the PvE aspect, then they really need to actually balance the Crucible. And in terms of weapons and abilities, it looks like it's going to be balanced. But in terms of supers, it's not. The Sentinel has a clear edge in just about every single category across the board, which, again, isn't a bad thing. It's just, it's bad for Warlock and Hunter. But at the same time, there was a clip I seen where an Arc Strider did take down a Sentinel. So I'm not saying that I think the Arc Strider is maybe a little bit more suited. I think the Arc Strider is pretty much fine where it's at. So really the only thing I think they need to do is really increase the movement speed on the projectiles on the Dawnblade and call it good. I think everything would be balanced from there. So that's pretty much all I got for this rant. I know you guys are probably getting tired of seeing the same crap-ass gameplay in the background. It is definitely, I've got two clips I've been using, and they are both absolutely atrocious rounds. I usually do not play that bad, so I apologize for that. As soon as the Destiny 2 beta comes out, I am going to get some new Destiny 2 footage. I just haven't really, my computer's been kind of on the fritz, and I haven't had any real incentive to record new Destiny 1 gameplay when I know that the Destiny 2 beta is coming up, and that I'm going to record pretty much everything I do on it and use that footage all the way up to Destiny 2. So I'm not really bothering with new Destiny 1 footage, although I'll see what I've got for you guys so I can kind of mix it up. But I know this is kind of a long-winded rant, so if you guys like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts. I really want to see what you guys think of the subclasses, whether you think I'm off base or I'm on it. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you all later, and I will see you in the next one.